Yes, why are we playing the old Superman? That was Kirk Allen, if I remember, from 1940s. Today on the movies, we are...
You see the whole thing that trips me about the whole
Nice,
thing.
Winfrey.
Okay, Winfrey, let's do something here. If Mazino should take off his glasses and wear a cape, and then when he comes with the glasses, we'll now see a different person. Why?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
How does this change everything?
Superman.
It's the blue and the red.
Let me establish this.
The black glasses,
So today,
the blue and the red.
we're taking a look at every Superman, or well, most of the Superman that we've known throughout our movie history, from the start to the finish, especially those who we recognize from movies and series currently. That's because a new Superman has been announced for DC.
Yes.
James Gunn has come out to tell that David Corenswet
Corenswet
is going to be the new Superman, a much more
the
younger
new
Superman,
Lewis
right after
for me.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
But we wanted to take a look back and see who your best one was, who you thought was the most awkward Superman, who was the best, who should have been kept for longer, who should have been the Wolverine of the DC, of the
Henry
Superman.
Cavill.
Really?
Henry Cavill.
So we're gonna go one
You
after
know what's
the other.
happening?
This particular one even looks like Henry Cavill,
This
so
thing was-
Let's
I think
take
it's
it.
kind
It's
of.
called recency bias.
It's in a no.
Yes, recency bias. That's what's happening. The most recent one. That's why even it happens in football also. You tell people who's your best player, and then they go back. They say, oh, the most recent ones.
We're taking a look at George Reeves. I think George Reeves was 1940s up until 1950s.
What
he
did
was
he just
he was, I think, the second Superman, if I'm not mistaken.
What was that?
But right after George Reeves was Christopher Reeves.
Is the way he's taking up? Wait, just see the way he's taking up. He's flying. Oh, just jump like saying a trampoline.
What do you expect from the 70s
It was
and
actually
80s?
Tampa.
But so let's mention a couple of names and let's ask questions. So let's start from.
Let's see this one. Let's see this. This is sweet. Oh, this is sweet. But what? Calm down. What? Just what?
It's a comic.
Is it black or what? Did you see that? Did you see that?
It is a time.
Did you see that?
Okay. George Reeves there. All right, so I'm not going to talk about George Reeves or Kirk Allen from way back. I'm going to start from Christopher Reeves from 1981, I think, up until 1980. I can't remember the exact.
I think that was the first
This is
Superman I ever got to.
The first Superman
watch
we were
and see.
introduced to. So
Yes.
after him, there was Christopher Reeves. There has
If
been,
people should talk
See that
about
changing?
Nigerian movie again. If you
Oh.
ever talk about Nigerian movie again,
At least he
which
didn't do
is- this is-
trampoline.
Okay, so after Christopher
Anyway,
Reeves, there have been so
flying
many
method.
Supermen that we've been introducing. Brandon Bain, what's his name? Dean Cain. There has been Henry Cavill, who's the current one, or I should say outgoing. I wanted to know from you guys individually, who you thought was the best for the role of Superman from the current Superman, including the series. And I'm talking about even Lois and Clark and what's it called,
plenty.
Superman and Lois.
And then if you add animations and also Nicolas Cage
There
will
will
be in
be
there.
too many. There will be too many.
Nicolas Cage
and I was
will be
like,
there.
huh?
Let's
Cage was
stick to live
Superman.
action.
Yeah, let's
stick
think.
to-
Okay,
yeah.
let's.
So who do you think, Mike, was the best Superman of all time?
For me, I think, and maybe this is because of nostalgia, but I might still go for Christopher Reeves.
Okay.
Because there's something
why?
about that Superman when we. That's the first Superman. I still remember part 3 that had Demolition Man. Remember that his fight
Yeah.
with Demolition Man when he had to punch him into the ground and all of that. I still remember. And he had 4 parts.
I never saw the fourth one.
There was
It
Superman 1,
wasn't
2,
as
3, and
popular.
4. Yeah, it wasn't as
Wasn't as
popular.
popular, yeah.
It wasn't as popular. But he had that quintessential Superman look with the coil. You know
curl
that
in
coil
front,
that
yeah.
comes down. I don't know if many kept that signature comic look.
I think.
I don't know if so many
what's
kept
his
it. But,
name?
but it's a signature comic look.
Brandon-
You see it
I
with
think
a
it was
lot of
Brandon
Superman.
Bain or so. He tried to keep it. But here's the
okay.
thing, yeah. Why do you think that or is it just the nostalgia factor?
That's what I'm saying. I think it's nostalgia because Superman is a very hard superhero to enact
Yes.
for me. And recently I've seen that most of the actors have been gotten because of their looks
Yeah.
rather than their acting capacity. Or maybe they've not shown us as much range because we don't get to see so much of emotion. So if we had the Lewis part coming well, and then we've seen the love part, we need to see him relate to other. But Superman has all this. So he's Superman. So, I can stand anything and all of that. So, but for me, yeah, maybe that. But recently, I've heard that this guy now, the new one, is expected to show more of
More
acting range
exactly.
and more emotion. Because that's only the
Yes.
problem between DC
Yes.
and Marvel. I mean, look at what's his name now? Chris Evans, who's playing Captain America. He always had that
Yes.
positivity about him. Look at Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Look at Robert Downey Jr.
you
There's-
want that in
you
the
can
new
feel
Superman.
that there's a personality
course.
in this
Exactly.
superhero.
Very true.
And that's
Who's your
a big
best one?
So
challenge.
now I would say, I don't think I have a best.
Okay.
I probably have it worse, but I don't have it best. But then again, I'll say most matching to the role from my understanding of the story of Superman, I would say Henry Cavill. And that is because, as Mike said, I feel he literally embodies the idea of someone that is not born on Earth, in the sense that do you understand? Like,
Yeah.
you can, from my understanding of watching him, is like, okay, fine, you're trying to fit into this world, but you really don't necessarily fit in. But yeah, do you understand? Like, from seeing him, you can know that, okay, fine, there's something weird about this guy. He's not a human. That's honestly what I feel. So yeah, and he has that whole, like...
Do we have videos of the newer ones? Let's see the...
We'll get to the videos of the newer ones. But
Okay.
let me tell what I think,
Okay,
who I
what
think
you-
was the best and
Yeah.
who I think was the worst. And I'm going to include those in the movies and those in the series. First off, for those in the movies, who I thought was the best, I will agree with you that Henry Cavill actually has portrayed the best Superman so far. He's got that iconic look. He looks the part, quite
he looks the
frankly. And
part.
I can't separate him from any other. I can't separate him from my mental picture of Superman.
Of Superman,
Since
exactly.
after the nostalgia of Christopher.
Of Christopher
Reeve.
Reeves, exactly.
So next to Christopher Reeves, I'll put him. For nostalgia's sake, I'll put Christopher Reeves ahead of him, however. But
Yeah,
he has
same
portrayed
as
the
me.
best role since. Brandon Bain was the worst Superman, if you ask me, when it comes to the movies. The one just before Christopher Reeves.
Yeah.
Because even the movie plotline did not follow what Superman was supposed to be. Something about his son and everything.
See that.
I didn't like it.
a look.
So that's for the movies. For the series,
Brandon Routh.
however, there are a few names to mention. Tom Welling, Smallville. Who remembers that?
Yeah, yeah.
Smallville
So you know the funny thing
was
yeah,
one of the
I've
best
never
series
really-
I saw as a young
As a young man, you see that thing, though, when the hype of Smallville was there, I didn't really follow it. You know, I don't know, there was a
I when we were
real
buying
hype.
CDs.
Yeah, when we were still buying CDs and
Yeah.
all of that. I can still remember then, man. Yeah, CDs had to be the thing. I remember how we're hustling for Matrix Reloaded CD then and all those CDs. So yeah, Smallville, but yeah, that one for the series.
And I think it's
also.
very important to actually speak about the fact that the current,
Yeah, that's
incoming,
Tom Welling there.
the incoming Superman literally looks like Henry Cavill.
But I think-
it's like there's a similarity, right? I mean, I think he's smaller in stature, but then again, facially, he still gives
a younger
that.
Superman.
He's a younger Superman, but then again, I think they're looking for something. I think that's what
But
they're literally
I-
But
doing.
he's
not done with
iconic.
my-
This
So it's a
dude,
way
this
to-
guy is very
Tom Welling,
iconic
yeah.
because he had the baby boy look.
Yeah.
And he still
We
had
saw
that.
him grow
We saw
from
him grow exactly.
a young Superman
and
to
he does.
the Superman he's
Yeah,
supposed to
and I think he
portray.
had that. He has that. How do I put it now? There was a little bit more emotion, maybe because it was a series.
Yeah.
There's a little
We
bit
had
bit
time
more
to
emotion,
actually
yes,
get involved with the
exactly,
characters.
exactly. Get
So
to know.
still on the series, Dean Cain, if you guys
Oh,
remember
Dean Cain,
Clark
of course I
and
know Dean
Lois.
Cain.
Clark and Lois, Dean Cain, Fat Boy Superman. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Well, I didn't really like him because
Yeah, because he didn't have
he
the
was
structure.
He didn't have that
I get what
structure for Superman.
what you say and
This
all of
is
that.
Dean Cain. He doesn't look like
body
Superman.
body shape.
Like you're right.
Superman
So
now.
you say fat boy, I can understand because there's no defined cheek.
There's no
and
defining-
jaw.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Jawline.
body shaming Superman.
I'm
now.
sorry, but he wasn't bad in the. No, actually, he was terrible when it came to the acting. He just.
But
didn't
he
fit-
just made on the fine boy parts.
Fine boy
I feel like
Superman.
he's one of the finest Superman.
Exactly.
Although they
He
are very
looks
fine guys. Yeah.
After he
looks-
played Superman, he gained a little bit of weight, went into reality, not really reality TV,
That's
comic
spin,
TV, I think. So it really didn't take that trajectory that you would think a Superman actor should have taken. That's the second person when it comes to the series. And then the third person is Tyler...
That's Tyler Hoechlin.
Hoechlin.
Yeah.
I cannot, will never see Tyler Hoechlin as a Superman figure.
He's the current one doing Superman
and Lois.
He's the current one.
I can't put them together. He just looks like the regular guy in a Western movie to me. He's bearded and everything, and I just can't put the two together. And I think the series takes it away from Superman to a more family-oriented, let's see how
Yeah.
Superman's life is.
So
after
Superman
he
and
got
Lois, I
married
saw
to
the
Lois.
first season. The third season is about to go up now. I was looking forward. It started very well. I still like it. Even though the end didn't really go so very well, but it started very well, and I still like it. But I would say
Yeah, that's
something-
Tyler
Yeah,
there.
that's Superman and Lois exactly.
Yeah.
That's the new Superman and Lois, and I think it's cool. They tried to develop because they have children now.
Yes, exactly.
And then one of them had a superpower, and then one of
Superpower's
them
the
didn't
other
have, and the other one took time to. So when you see that progression. It played out quite cool. That they were trying to make them fit into normal society. So I love the angle with which it went.
So is no one going to talk about the fact that we're expecting a black Superman?
Are we expecting a black Superman?
we?
Who?
We
Well,
were.
it's in the works.
I
There's
kind of
discussions
feel
about it.
something.
But here's the thing about-
the
here's the thing about
controversy
inclusion.
around.
Here's the thing about
Superman
inclusion.
Yeah.
affected it, to be
I believe
honest.
that Superman is a white character. And I don't think that they should
Superman
dissolve
is a
that memory.
That
in any
Superman
way.
is a
Don't
criminal.
This-
spoil it.
this- let me-
Don't ask for
That-
Black James Bond.
That- you know
I
what he
feel,
said?
no. So that's the thing. So the same issue we're having with Little
Little
Mermaid.
Mermaid.
To
And
be
that-
honest, I feel that's also, honestly what also took us back. The truth is that these characters are all human beings, whether they are white or black. First, sorry, they're not even created. Superman is created.
I think they are fiction.
They're fake. It's
a friend of
fiction,
mine,
so it shouldn't matter the color of the
This is
skin,
out to
but-
you. 60s, I'm
but
calling you
it's-
out. You are a racist. He goes like, he said he's not going to watch Little Mermaid. He's always
Yeah.
grown up with Ariel having red hair. I was like, we can give
She
a black
had red
Yeah,
girl
actually,
a
she
wig.
did have a.
We can give
She
a
had
black
red,
We can give
orange
black girl a
hair.
red wig now.
Wow.
But he's like,
Guys.
no, I don't want a black Little Mermaid. Are you a black man? You
I would
are
like
racist.
to see personally a black Superman. So
Yeah, well,
yes.
not gonna
So what if
happen.
you saw? What if you saw a white black man?
But listen, let's put a
It's
bow in
Black
this.
Panther.
Let's round this up real quick.
It's an
So,
African story. It's different.
rounding this
Superman
up.
is not white. Hello, he's the only white guys that literally can have like superpower.
rounding this up, your best
I want
Superman
to
would
see-
be.
But it's hard. But I said, for me, just
Christopher Reeve.
nostalgia. Let's just do Christopher Reeve.
Your best Superman would be
Black Superman.
Superman. No, one of the ones that have come and gone.
Black Superman.
Okay, in her world, my best Superman would always remain
Henry.
Tom Wellings from Smallville.
From
I thought
Henry
that
Cavill.
was fantastic depiction of
Henry
Superman,
Cavill,
and it
then
got us
Black
to
Superman.
really relate to him. And then after that, Christopher Reeves, and then Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill.
Wow.
In that order.
Baba Doge, who's your worst?
Yeah,
you
said
tell
it
us.
now.
No, tell us
Said
who
it.
your worst Superman is.
Tell us
you want
who
to
your
use
best
the
Superman
hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TBC. Let's find out who your worst and your best Superman was or is, and what you're looking forward to seeing David Corenswet be
There's
as
so many.
Superman. We've got more coming your way inside of Wake Up Nigeria. Thank you for being with us.